Hey guys, I want to make this video and talk about what I was just talking about with my roommate, who's a really kind and generous person. So, my gratitude for him for being there for me, and shout out to the real ones out here, the real homies that want to actually assist each other in their growth, and their personal lives, and their personal journeys. It's rare to find that these days. I'm sure a lot of us have been. I'm sure all of us have been through something that has really hurt us in our lives. Um, and some people go through different things, and they actually can become aware of those things. And some people go through harder things than others, depending on subjectively how you look at it, or objectively even how you perceive it. Yeah, I mean, you could really go through a lot of different types of things. So as I find my roots, as I find where I'm going with this, what I want to actually name my channel, what I want to build in my personal life towards this business, I've come to certain ideas that I want to express to you. So I'll start with, how I grew up, I guess, somewhat. I grew up kind of somewhat poor, and then I think we got an upgrade, or my parents saved up and we got a bigger house and moved to more quote unquote middle class kind of area and household. So, but originally, you know, originally I just wanted to play music. I had many dreams, but a lot of them fell off that became just dreams I didn't want to do, or didn't seem like the route I wanted to take, really, or were far-fetched and I didn't even believe in anymore. Like the becoming an astronaut. I pretty much don't really think the same way about that anymore. Like, I wanted to go to the moon. I don't really believe that that is what you think it is anymore. But so I wanted to be a musician. I've done that. I wanted to be with a band that I wanted to be in a band with someone screaming. I've done that. And I've always had this stuff I've dealt with along this road, especially as I got older. As I got older, I got very traumatized, and a lot of fracturing started happening to me because I was getting attacked by people in my life who I cared about, who I loved and trusted. And if you've ever gone through something like that, if you have personally dealt with people turning their backs against you, turning their backs on you and hurting you, then I can resonate with that. I'm not. Oh, it's a little cold in here, but it's all right. I have to go in the car, and it's a little dark, but I don't want to be all quiet. I want to make a full video for you all. But let me turn this heat up. Maybe that'll help a little bit. Is it? Yeah. Let me see if it's on the heat setting. Yeah, it should be. Yeah. Yeah. So, you may have gone through some stuff like that, or something totally different, but I know a lot of us have gone through this life, and we've been hurt, we've been traumatized, and they say put the past where it needs to be, and the past is behind you. But if you don't release all these emotions, if you don't release these thoughts, it can create mental problems for you. And I've dealt with that. I've dealt with mental problems, so all of which I pretty much have, if not fully yet, been able to completely shift out of, to a high degree, if not fully, with a lot of them. I feel like I've overcome a lot of my mental shit that I had to deal with. And some of it came before I was even traumatized. As I got older, it came from being traumatized as a kid. Kids these days can be traumatized. Everyone is dealing with the trauma from their life because the way that this corporation or this like ecosystem, if you will, works is it's designed, this system of control is designed, this matrix system that is made by mankind is the man-made matrix, and it is designed in a way such as to control the population. And the best way to do that is with TV. Now, you have a family, they watch TV. The family watches TV, and what shows were they watching? What period of time was this in? Because nowadays, people don't even have cable or watch it that I know of, except for my grandparents. And, but when I grew up, we watched TV. We watched that kind of stuff. We dealt with that type of program coming into our families, and our parents watched TV growing up too, only their programming was a lot different, and in some ways it was worse, and in some ways it was better. But better and worse are also relative. It's about the person. Do they take in the codes from the TV that they're getting that are harmful codes to be getting? These codes are harmful basically if you allow it to infiltrate your mind. And basically, if you've ever seen the movie well, it's a famous movie, I won't say the full thing, some of you already got it from that, but basically there's a movie and they go into your mind and they change the way you think, and it's not based on what you thought. It was based on what someone else thought, and then they made it your thought basically. So you're being tricked when you don't have your filters up, these invisible filters that you create to block out this programming. And therefore, the people in our lives could have been programmed. And at this point, everyone is. There's no exceptions anymore, because everyone has a phone, and that media is being dispelled to them at a rapid pace. And a lot of people are unaware, at least even for a brief moment, and they get infiltrated. Their thoughts get programmed up by these agents, and they are working for the system, and they become a agent themselves, an agent. They become a programmer. These people that have gotten programmed are now being programmed to be programmers, and this is by design. All right, so and what I mean by all of that is to say that you have people in your life that are constantly they're constantly working against you, and you don't need those people in your life as directly anymore. Like, yeah, we have to work a job, but you can choose how to emancipate yourself from these things, how to become more free, how to be at liberty to be yourself. And I'm working towards that currently as well in many ways. For instance, I'm getting on my own car insurance plan, and that's going to be very helpful. I mean, that can be super helpful if you need to be on your own, kind of doing your things on your own. And I don't mean be separated from people. You're always going to have people in your life, regardless of how much you want to say, how much some people will act like they can do it alone when there's no aloneness. There's always people in your life, so always remember that. Always choose to keep as good of people in your life as you can. Those will be your friends forever, if they're worthy and if they're good to you. So but that's one way you can control those things. You can control who you keep in your close circle, your close, as I call it, my family, my adopted family. You can keep those people close to you. That's one thing that has tremendously benefited me and helped me get rid of all my social programs that have to do with socializing and building friendships, building connections. And there's more that can influence that, but directly related, I've cleansed those out. And then there's programs surrounding how you think about yourself. And now those programs I'm currently still shifting on my own too. But if you categorize them, or there's just a lot of ways to deal with them. As you can see, I'm struggling here. Like, I'm not perfect. I'm still working on myself. But if you're currently going through a heavy wave of attacks from these agents, these outer influences influencing you to be in a lower state of vibration, to be in a lower mindset, to be in an emotionally bad, or emotionally hyper state, that's not good. I don't like that. You shouldn't like that. You shouldn't want that for yourself. And the best way to deal with that is to find a way out. Build a plan. Get out of that. And it doesn't mean asking the government for help. It doesn't mean that. It means, like, if you have to, yes, ask the government for help. But ask close friends, relatives, whoever you trust in your life, ask them for help. They will help you. I guarantee they will help you. I've had to deal with it myself. I had to find a way to live when I was 15. Then I got kicked out of my house. And I was in high school, like many of you are in or have gone to. So being in a high school state, you just want to go to school, get good grades, and get out. Like, that's it. And I couldn't do that. Like, that was kind of taken away from me. And I remember the first time I stayed at a friend's house for 2 weeks in the middle of school. Like, it was not fun. I liked, a sleepover here and there when I was like a kid. And technically I was still 15, so I was technically underage for most things. So I was a kid, quote unquote. I didn't want to be spending my time day in, day out living at someone else's house because I got kicked out of my house. And I'm not trying to blame anyone here by sharing this. I'm trying to say that it impacted me. It impacts you when these types of things happen. It impacts you. So I should have, rolled with that, maybe made that a permanent thing, seeing as this pattern wasn't going in a positive direction. And that could have made my life a whole lot better had I switched that early. So make the decision, build a plan, and stick to it because you're smart. If you're going through that many troubles and hardships in your life, then you're probably a highly intelligent person in a good way. You probably have a lot that you can offer to the world as well, which kind of wraps it up here. I mean, the biggest point is to bring it back within yourself, to show that you can fix it for yourself. And I'll get more into the practices you could do to fix yourself, to make whole your thoughts, to realize who you truly are in future content that I produce and release, as long as this can gain the traction that I need it to, that we want it to, because we want to help each other grow. And this type of content is overlooked in the mainstream. It's becoming a little popular, but it's not. It's really not. And that doesn't matter. The ones who need this, it will find. So my gratitude for watching this video, my gratitude for all the people who are helping me on my journey right now, and my gratitude to the spirit for producing this time to be alive, to make this video, to sit in my car with the sun rising slowly behind me and the sky. You can see it getting a little blue over there. So basically I'm here to help you, ask questions if you will, whatever you need to do to let me know if this helped you. So peace in, and have a good day or night wherever you're watching this from. And I see my cat, or my roommate's cat, out there. He's saying hi. He's just vibing high. And Yeah, I heard a loud sound, earlier when I started this video, giving me confirmation that I'm on the right path with this. So, um, I I want to get more in depth with this, right here, right now. But I'm not really sure what else to say. I mean, yeah, there's demons out here, and these demons are just like you and me. They will hurt you. They will try to get you off of your grind, your path, spiritually, mentally, and physically. And there are ways around this. There are ways to fix it. Adopting spiritual practices. You can journal. You can meditate. You should journal. You should meditate. You should just write a lot and start to reread it and stuff and see where you're going with all this stuff. Like, you can get rid of a bad writing. If you have something really negative to get out, you can write it on a blank sheet of paper and then get rid of it somehow, like safely ignite it on flame and put it on, light it on fire, get rid of it that way. You could rip it into pieces, whatever satisfies you, and that will help you on your path. You will cleanse that out, and you will be able to start filling your book with more positive information and more positive codes. You start to actually reprogram yourself instead of relying on an outer thing to program you. You will actually be able to program yourself. So there's that. Meditation, astral projection, whatever you could do, all these things can help you. And some of those are harder than others. And I can get more in depth into how to do those things too, as I have personally improved my dream recall a lot. I've improved my capability to be lucid in the dreams, and I can talk about that in an honest way where it's not just this fluff like a lot of people like to say, and a lot of people even lie about these experiences. Sadly, yeah, a lot of people will misinform you about spirituality and about how to fix your life. They'll give you a false sense of hope. They'll make it sound all glamorous when it's not. I'm getting into the nitty-gritty. You could be suffering like this. Some of these techniques have actually been going on for millennia. These mental manipulations to make someone fractured, to make them hurt. So I'll leave it at that. Yeah, just stay safe. Keep turning up your vibration, vibe high. And again, peace and my gratitude for watching. Remember, the power is within you to build the life, to be the best version of yourself. The power is within you to be the best version of yourself.